Okay, I'm going to go over with you what you need to study for your social studies test. So I have gone through online and highlighted what you need to know. So this is under the blue and the gray. If you are at school, then you will receive a paper copy and we will highlight it in class. But if you have been absent, this will help you study. So under the Union is dissolved, you need to know that South Carolina was the first state to secede. And what does secede mean? Secede means to break free or to leave. So right here, I've got this highlighted, and you need to know this for your test. Okay, the next one, know for your test. Secede means to leave. Under the soldiers of war, how were the Union and Confederate soldiers alike? Well, the Northern soldiers fought to keep the United States together. In time, it became clear that the soldiers of the North were also fighting to free Southern slaves. Southerners believed they were fighting for the right to leave the Union. They wanted states to be able to make their own decisions, and they were ready to defend the Southern way of life. They also fought for the right to own slaves. So even though the Northerners and the Southerners were fighting for different things, they both were fighting for what they believed in. So you need to know that for your test. Okay, under the Battle of Gettysburg, it says General Lee took his troops into Pennsylvania in June of 1863. Union soldiers followed Lee and his Confederate troops and surprised them in the town of Gettysburg. So you need to know what the town was called that Union Lee took his soldiers to. So that was the town of Gettysburg. Okay, under the final surrender, it says, when General Lee surrendered in 1865, what did General Grant do that was so unusual? Grant allowed Lee's officers to keep their weapons and all soldiers to return home. He also allowed soldiers to keep their own horses. Finally, he ordered Union troops to share their food with Southern soldiers who were starving. When Union soldiers began to cheer at the word of surrender, Grant stopped them and exclaimed, "The war is over. The rebels are our countrymen again." So the reason this is so significant is during the war, it was very unusual to see a general, being so nice to the opposing team. So considering that General Grant let the Confederate soldiers keep their horses, their weapons, he allowed them to return home, and then he fed them. That was just very unusual behavior for a war. Okay, so now we're going to look at see. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the picture I'm looking for. I want you to know. Well, on your test, you're going to see a map. The map is broken into the northern states and the southern states. On the map, you will also see a picture of a cannon, and those represent the battle. So all you're going to have to do is read the map. You will see questions such as, which battle was fought in the northernmost part of the United States, for instance. And then you would just look at your map and find the cannon and see which town the cannon is showing you. So it's very self-explanatory. You just read the map. I'm just trying to find it on here, but I can't find it. Here it is. So this is what it looks like, this map right here. So this map is what's going to be on your test. So you're going to see there's the cannons, and that stands for battles. You're going to have the compass, north, east, south, and west. It's going to be on your map, and you're just going to answer questions regarding this picture. Okay, under the Emancipation Proclamation. What were two main reasons soldiers fought in the U.S. Civil War? Okay, I have highlighted. Some people thought the war was being fought only to free the slaves and not necessarily to bring the nation back together. Others felt the Emancipation Proclamation was the best thing that could have happened to bring the country together again. So you need to know that the two reasons were to end slavery, but also to keep the United States together, to bring them back together again. Okay, under the election of Abraham Lincoln, right here it says, as amazing as it seems, I won. The two candidates got more votes from the people than I did, but I won the most votes from the Electoral College. So you need to know that that's what was so unusual about how Abraham Lincoln won the presidency in 1860. He won the most Electoral College votes, but not the popular votes. And that is all. So if you study all of these things that I just went over with you, all of the highlighted areas, and look at that map, you should be good for your test. Group A will test on Monday, the 14th, and Group B will test on Thursday, the 17th.